Welcome back to my channel. This is Arona, and today we're checking out the second of the two singles so far released by Sleep Token from their upcoming album. Of course, the first track was Emergence, and I did a reaction to that one, filled with all the feels. And then today, super excited because we're checking out Caramel, whatever. I have seen some interesting discussion online about connections between Caramel and Sugar, previous track. Again, I've commented before, it's easier to get lost in dissecting and analyzing in the details, but at the end of the day, with Sleep Token, it is about the music and what it does to you, and not about figuring out puzzles or connecting things. An addendum to that, as an Aspie, anyone else on the spectrum, especially if you're female, you know that it's almost impossible to avoid that urge to pick something apart, analyze it, compare it, put it in boxes, analyze what it's doing to you in your heart, in your soul. So without further ado, let's check out Caramel by Sleep Token. I'm obsessed with the shadings and the colors of pink all over this album already.
Count me out like sirens, payback for the good times. Right foot in the roses, left foot on a landmine. I'm not gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the bass.
Such a delicate, playful plucking going on in the back here. And again, another switch up in styles that I didn't expect coming out of the last single. I feel like every track is going to be a surprise, just like, is modus operandi for Sleep Token. Ooh, the beat. Caramel, verdict is in. Caramel. Oh my gosh, there's such an interesting play with contrasting moods. You got this playful music box kind of plucking in the background. It's like a dreamy state, kind of like the cover of the album. And then in the front, you have that percussive dance beat, some just really chill vibes. But those two things are, in an interesting way, in contrast to each other. So it's like they're not perfectly in sync. In an interesting way, like not cacophonous, but it does synergize in an interesting way that's just unexpected. So going off of that idea, I feel it really strongly, and I struggle to make words for all the things, usually. Two separate vehicles going on, carrying really distinct and equally interesting emotions, because you have that almost kind of acceptance, sleepy plucking with the it's almost sad. It's not super sad, but it is dreamy. But the hard percussive in front of it, it's like drowning it out. So it's like the contrast in my mind is like the background with the beautiful, warm pinks and purples. But then you have in the front of it this kind of growing unrest emerging, coming out of that dreamlike state. You know, think of the scene in Wizard of Oz where they're just surrounded in a field of poppies, and then at some point, either abruptly or slowly, you wake out of that. And the background is trying to hold on, like those pluck notes just there in that transition, they're spreading out a little bit, and in warmth, there's a little bit more of an echo going on. But it's fighting with the front because the percussion is getting harsher too. And as much as it's like a feel-good beat, it's also growing in emotional intensity, and it's like sneaking up on you. All of that is what I got in the last half second. Focus on those plucking and the drums and the bass in front of it. It just sounds it's such a cool contrast. I'll go back a little bit. 2020 hard inside, everybody wants eyes on them. I just wanna hear you sing that top line. I think I mean it, that I understand, but I'm still glad you came, so let me see those intricacy of rhythms. Intricacy of the rhythms is so freaking interesting. There we go. The guts of the guitars come in. And that's where it comes together. Like the discordant emotions come together in that moment with the warmth of the guitars and then that chord. They are so amazing at finding the chord for the moment. It just makes the chills come out. The plucks have kind of melted into piano. It's just a gorgeous mix of sounds now, and it is completely synergized at this point. And it's the contrast has come back, and now it's stripped down to give it a different tone, and it's just still so interesting, and like just looking at it from a different or hearing it from a different angle, more stripped down. It's just oh. Too blessed to be caught, I'm grateful, I know. So I'll keep dancing along to the rhythm. The stage is a prison, a beautiful nightmare, a war of attrition. I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't. And now the contrast makes sense because, like the scene I described before, kind of in a dreamlike state, kind of in a period of life where you have to accept what's going on, even though you have things that you're struggling with. That's kind of the dichotomy there. Like, I thought I was doing all right. I have to keep dancing. Maybe I didn't do all right. You know, you've got to keep dancing to the rhythm, even though something very, very heavy is weighing down on you. Kind of a consistent theme. I gotta hear that portion again because it's gorgeous. Gorgeous coming through here, this section. Take what I'm given. Thought I got better, but maybe I didn't. It's just like this bubbling, this boiling of emotions and thoughts going on. And meanwhile, in the background, it's like there's a relentless insistence on that softness. It's like an absurdity. Like, how is everyone pretending things are okay right now when clearly something is trying to bubble up to the surface? Sounds familiar. Okay. Okay. Fucking switch. Right here. So, fucking awesome, one. Two, did you hear what completely dropped out and disappeared? What has beaten out the other in this little fight here? Such an interesting reflection of what's going on in the lyrics that I can tell. Obviously, I'm zeroing in on the music way more than the lyrics, but what I'm getting from the lyrics definitely perfectly reflects what's these little battles going on. What comes in and out of the contrast and the synergy, and then now we have a like step back. Love that transition. A foray into black metal. Let's do it. Oh my god, it sounds so fucking good. It's that contrast again. They're playing together. Do you hear how blatant that refusal is? That refusal, that's what that is. That's what I'm calling that when we go up to the top of those phrases. Let's go back a little bit. It's a refusal. That emotion, the darkness is piercing through a little bit and it's winning out and it's heavy. And then every now and then, even though you've done a really good job of marching on and dancing on, every now and then you have to deal with a blatant refusal from every fiber of your being, and you have to fight that down. You have to choke that down. Persisting behind the calm vocal. It doesn't go away. Those harsh vocals. Coinciding with this kind of climactic end of this flag being completely burned away, as we have already seen. Dancing along to the rhythm, this stage is a prison. Oh my god, it just makes so much sense with that music. Screaming inside there. At the same time, he's on stage. You know, he can't betray anything, but those refusals are going to break free. You can't do anything about it.
A beautiful nightmare, a war of attrition. I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
Oh, fuck. One of these, okay. I forgot that this happened in the first one. Yeah, it's my video. I'm gonna listen to that section again because it sounded incredible. Best moment. Best moment. That chord, everything that's going on musically right there is just part of that refusal, and it's gorgeous and scary all at the same time. I'm madly in love. Piano's still trying to fight through. You can barely hear it though.
The stage is a prison, a beautiful nightmare, a war of attrition. I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
Okay, we got one. All right, now we'll see if I can catch these little singings. It's inside. Okay, the last one was inside the scene as well. So we're inside the same building. It's like overlay. That's the word I'm trying to come up with. And there's a lot more actors in this scene. Last time we just had the knight and this guy over here, this terrifying thing. And there's another one up top. There's three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 giant scary tree things. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the foreground here. Knights, part of this battle. Come back. Sorry, this is tedious. Ooh, look how the pinks are going in there. Lots of lunging and action shots here. Victory again. They were defeated in the last video too, I think. Yeah. Unless this big thing right in the foreground is getting ready to just jump up and kill everyone. I don't know. Alright, I think we got all the scenes. Guys. Damn it. Well, that was awesome. I hope you enjoyed my ridiculous fixation on details and analysis. The way my ears are digesting it. Fantastic, absolutely. I think that one immediately jumps up to my top 5 all-time Sleep Token favorites. So, getting closer, guys. Getting closer to the album release. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.